In this video, I'm going to compare the Logitech Litra Glow with this cheaper ring light from Amazon and reveal whether I think the more expensive Logitech product really does have the edge, or if you're just paying for branding. And not only that, I'll also give you my thoughts as someone who's used both these products for streaming, recording, and conference calls, as to whether the cheaper version has any advantages over the more expensive one in terms of features other than just the price. Let's do this. So let's start with the way that these two lights are similar to each other. And the first similarity is the way that they mount to your computer monitor. They both have this lip which sits on the monitor and holds it in place. They're both made of plastic and feel pretty cheap to the touch, to be honest with you. This one, which is like $40 more than this one, does not feel like it's $40 more. It feels just as cheap and plasticky as this one, I'll be honest with you. They're a very similar weight as well. This one doesn't have that mark of heaviness which often denotes quality. They feel about the same weight as each other. Back to how these are mounted. The other similarity with these is that you can actually completely detach the light from the mount that it comes with. And that gives you the flexibility to attach these to tripods and things like that if you want to. They're both exactly the same size mounting threads as well, 1/4 20-inch. The fact that they're mounted like this with those threads means that they also can pivot 360 degrees, so it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of angling the light. The other similarity is that they're powered with a USB cable, which you can plug into your computer to power them that way, or you could just plug them into another power source like a battery pack or a plug even. However, therein lies the first difference. This one, the USB-C cable actually detaches from the unit, whereas this one, it's actually built into the unit. Now, I think there are pros and cons to both. In one way, it's a good thing that this is inbuilt because it means that the cable is not going to come out of the unit when you don't want it to. And the flip side, it means that this one's a little bit less flexible because you're stuck with the cable that you've got that's inbuilt into the thing. You can't make it into a longer cable unless you start kind of connecting via a USB connector and things like that. However, on flexibility, there is a way in which this is more versatile than the Logitech product. And that's because not only can you mount this to your computer monitor with this lip, but you can also use it with a mobile phone if you're on a Zoom call and you're on the move. So you can fold this down, that becomes a floor stand, and you can turn it round and lean your mobile phone against there, you see. Twist this round and you've got a mobile phone stand, which could be really helpful if you want to be on the go, you're on the move, and you want to have something portable that is flexible with meetings when you're on the road. It's been a little while since I bought this, so unfortunately I'm not able to show you the box that this came in. However, with this, you can see that the packaging is fairly standard. There's not a lot that you receive with this because it's a fairly simple product. You simply get the light attached to this stand, and you also get a USB-C cable provided as well, which is fine. There's no frills. There's also an instruction booklet. Enough said about that. So in terms of specs, they're actually quite similar again in terms of the range of cold to warm light. The Logitech does edge it slightly. They both go up to 6,500 Kelvin, but the Logitech product slightly edges the colder range in that it goes right down to 2,700 Kelvin, whereas this one only goes down to 3,000 Kelvin. So I've struggled to find the lumen measurements for this ring light. The Logitech one is 250 lumen, which just from personal experience, I do find that this does cast a brighter light than the ring light, but not significantly so. This is me with no Litra Glow, and this is 14 seconds of a like-for-like comparison, the Litra Glow on the left and the ring light on the right. What I would say is that I'm not sure it's in my imagination or not, but I feel like my eyes get a little bit more achy with this ring light than they do with this Logitech one. So it could have something to do with what Logitech call their true soft technology. The diffusion on this does appear to be a bit more advanced than on this one. There just seem to be more layers of diffusion. Let's move on to controls. Now, with this ring light, I actually had this first, And I did find that it was really handy to control the light's output with this. I just had it within arm's reach. I could turn it off and on quite easily. And also there are 3 different modes. There is cold light, warm light, and a very cold light. And there are 10 gradations of each type of light, which you can use with this plus and minus button. Quite low tech, but it kind of does the trick. Now with this one, I actually find the controls less convenient because the manual controls are actually on the back of the light. Now, if you're on a call or you're streaming, I find it quite inconvenient to reach around to the back of this thing and try and work out which button's which. So I do think that that's a bit of an own goal from Logitech. It would be so much more convenient if, like the ring light, there was a little handheld thing that you could adjust the light with. However, there is also the Logitech app, which they call G-Hub. And when you do use the app, that's where this one comes into its own. You're just able to fine tune this so much better than you are with the ring light in terms of how much light it's kicking out, but also in terms of how cold or warm the light is. You've got many more combinations than you have with the ring light, where literally you're just able to say whether it's very cold, cold or warm, and then you've got 10 kind of gradients on any one of those scales. This one, you almost got an infinite number of different possibilities, and also you get to put presets into it that you can recall quite easily, and the app will remember what setting you had it on the last time you used it, which is really, really helpful if you are live streaming or recording and you kind of turn the light off and come back to it. But I still maintain that the Logitech would be better if it had a handheld switch like this, if only to turn it off and on, because I do find it a pain having to go into the app just to turn it on. And I do find sometimes that if I start streaming or start a video call or what have you, that the light comes on automatically when I don't want it to. Because certainly in the day, I'm just using natural light. So in summary, I'd say the ring light actually does a really good job, and I think is better value for money for what you get. However, you have a far greater control over the light you have with the Logitech Litra Glow. The diffusion is better and it's easier on your eyes. It's less harsh. However, the ring light is more versatile and it's handier and easier to operate. So I really hope that this video has been helpful to you. And if it has, why not hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you liked either of these products and you'd like to buy one of them for yourself, there are links to these in the description below. And I will see you in the next one.